I mean, I ain't really find out that Wooski was in that shit until a phone call. I was making a phone call. This one still had house phones. I made a phone call from the prison to my mama house phone when we were staying on 72nd and Vernon. And when I called it, Lil Bro was there. Now, mind you, he was still a baby. But I was like, man, I need you to bust this three-way for me. And he was like, man, I ain't calling no from Parkway, man. And I was like, what? The fuck you mean? Like, I ain't calling nobody from Parkway, bro. I'm on their ass. That's when I first found out that my little brother was beefing with my people. That's the first time. Ain't nobody ever told me on the phone nothing about him or none of that. I knew when I had that phone call with him. And he told my ass, I ain't calling none of them, I'm on their ass.
But you knew that him and Tuka were best friends, so you couldn't assume that he would be like somewhat upset.
I ain't even necessarily knew that him and Tuka was best friends. I knew they used to hang out because Tuka used to be coming down at our crib. You know what I'm saying, all the time. But he had a lot of friends, though, that he used to hang with. It just he had an attachment to Tuka, though. But at that time, I didn't really know everything that was going on yet. I ain't really know what was going on yet. That's back then we had Consolidated. Consolidated is $10 a phone call, bro. You on the phone for 30 minutes for $10, bro. So people really weren't getting on the phone like that unless they had that bread. You know what I'm saying? And that's around the time all that was going on. So I really wasn't getting the full stories and shit. But then everything started coming out.
And were you just shocked that Wooski's attitude was just kind of like, fuck him?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I was like, oh, hell no, man. I come home in 2014, what this just got me in. You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it, like a lot of niggas from the streets ain't gonna never look at it how I look at it. Because a lot of them niggas, they don't give a fuck about their brothers. They don't give no fuck about their people, you know what I'm saying? They rather die for their homies than save their brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck is wrong with you? This blood. This somebody you grew up with. Y'all live in the same house. Y'all ate the same food. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got pushed out of the same womb. Like me? No. I look at it like it's a double-edged sword. This is my brother. These my homies. What the fuck I'm supposed to do in that situation?
But it's got to be weird because your homies maybe feel like they can't 100% trust you when it comes to shit with him or something, and maybe he feels the same way about you, that he can't 100% trust you because maybe there just comes a day where you decide like, fuck it, I'm all the way with this side, and therefore I'm going to help plot against the other side. I mean, at least it has to go through people's heads, right?
It do, because that's just how it go, though. You know what I'm saying? Now, I would never stop being one gang to be in another.
Right.
It'll never happen just because that's my brother's side. I'm on my brother's side. Not nobody that he affiliated with. None of that shit. I don't give no fuck what y'all do to them. Just don't touch him. Feel me? And that's because all the love I got for Lil Bro. That's like, if I was to allow them to kill my brother, what would that make me, bro? Like, who would I be if I let my homies kill my brother? And I gotta look at my mama every day. I gotta look at my little brothers every day, and they like, man, you let them niggas kill your own blood brother, man, and you ain't did shit.
But it might be out of your hands at some point, right?
It definitely ain't out of my hands. It's definitely not out of my hands. If they touch them, it's a problem. All that, we grew up since the sandbox, that shit goes out the window when it comes to my blood. That's just who I am.
But obviously Von didn't really look at it like that. Von was like, him and Wooski seemed like he didn't give a fuck what would happen.
I mean,
he made Wooski famous way more than he was before.
Yes. Cause he was already coming up in the ranks, but
for sure,
you know, that little beef right there, he had, you know, threw it over the edge.
Young boy never would have talked about driving around bumping Wooski if it wasn't for all that.
If it wasn't for everybody talking shit about him in their songs, I don't think Young Boy would have ever mentioned his name.
Right.
But you and Von like had them type of talks, like, hey, you know that's my brother, like ease up on him, or you think like Von would have just been with whatever with Wooski, he didn't give a fuck.
All right, I could say it's been times. It's been times where I'd have had to call Lil Bro up and tell him to move around. You feel me? It's been times where I'd have told niggas like, he get a pass. You feel me? Like they done call my phone, man. FaceTime and look who right here on this bike. Y'all already know what to do. Give him a pass.
And niggas granted it, like they gave him a pass?
Hell yeah, they ain't had no choice. I had status. You know what I'm saying? In the hood, motherfucker got status like, you gonna go against me, and I got niggas that's gonna come ride with me over you. And that's a fucked up situation because, like when I came home, I told her, bro, you don't come over here, I'm not coming over there. And that was the truth. That's why it was dying down. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, motherfucker got locked up. Fuck that dying down shit. They started back getting wild. And then you got all these shorties that's coming up and on the block now that don't get no fuck. They'll kill you on camera and don't get no fuck.
So when you got locked up, your mom, you was still living in O Block when you got locked up at the time, right?
For the first case or the case I was on?
Just in general, because you said that you grew up in like in O Block. So like,
oh yeah.
So where's Wooski living at this time? He's living in O Block with you as well, right?
Yeah.
So my thing is, how did Wooski get closer? Who was Wooski hanging out with in O Block? Like who was his close homies at the time?
Shit, he really wasn't hanging around with nobody like that. He used to hang out with Lil Shorty Ray Ray. Who the fuck else he was hanging with? Lil Denzel, Devin. He had some little people that he used to hang out with, and he had people that he wrapped bike chains around their necks and shit.
So wrap bike chains around their neck, like not hit him with the bike chain, but
he hit him with it, but when he swung it wrapped around his neck when he whacked him with that motherfucker. That's why I always say that.
But those your homies at the time he doing that too?
No, these is the shorties. Them ain't my homies. I'm way older than Wooski. Y'all forgetting
What's
that.
the age gap between you and Wooski?
I'm 33. Wooski ain't shit with 27. I'm finna be 34.
Yeah, all right.
His age bracket, them was shorties. Them was babies. Them little niggas he hang out with. Them little niggas playing in the park, playing in the dirt and shit at that time.
So was it a thing where like, cause y'all was doing whatever y'all was doing, you was like not having Wooski around? Cause usually your little brother want to be like the big bro, so your friends he would like take to them as well.
No, he still was coming around because I done got into fights with a bunch of the guys behind him when we was little.
Cause he was coming around.
No, because he was coming around doing crazy shit.
So how did he get more locked in with Tuka and them over the people that he grew up with in O Block?
Because he started going down there. And we got family that's from Tuka and them side, you know what I'm saying? I got a bunch of cousins that's from that side of the field.
So he's hanging out with his cousins and shit too?
Yeah.
All right, for sure.
So he go down there, he hanging out with our people and shit. We had people that live on Eberhard and Vernon and shit like that on St. Lawrence. So it's easy for him to go hang over there. He like, fuck it, I'm finna go hang with cousins. And that's what really got him locked in like that.